Hi all, I'm Greg Wilkins. I've just started playing with SignalK and plugins and a little bit with Kip, and I thought I'd show you the current status of my SignalK Racer plugin that I'm working on. I have to say SignalK is awesome and Kip is very beautiful. It's been a pleasure to start working with, but hopefully I can add some key functionality. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at a Kip display, except this bottom left-hand corner here is my mock-up of a web app that will eventually become a Kip component, kind of like the autopilot. This is some data of my boat just sailing around, some wind data as well, but the replayed boat data and the replayed wind data aren't synchronized, so you'll see some pretty funky wind shifts if you're watching very closely. So then the data I've got around here is what my plugin is generating. I've got like the start timer, the start line length, the distance to the line, the bias of either end of the line. That's going to fluctuate like crazy as the wind goes. The next leg heading and the next leg true wind angle and the current true wind direction. So you can see here, this is a route done in Freeboard. And we're currently going to the start. If I went, say, to go to the next leg there, we can see here that my following leg would be back up here. So the next heading is 320 degrees, and my next true wind angle will be 76 degrees. So these some displays can help you with your sail selection for the next leg. Ultimately, I'd like to have like the whole course in a box somewhere. You can see the TBUA for all the legs, so you can plan 2 legs ahead, but just having it on the next one saves some mental gymnastics. And of course, if you go further along the course, so now I'm going to mark 3 of my little course here, we stop calculating the distance to line and the bias and stuff because you only want that early on. So what have we got here? Let's go back to, here's my little start line, which has been displayed by Freeboard. Those endpoints are actually waypoints. So if I turn my waypoints on, I've got start boat and start pin. The names of these you configure in the plugin configuration. And so I can adjust my line just by saying move my waypoints, move it down here for instance, finish, and then it moves to match. Hopefully it'll be able to change something to Freeboard where the markers for this will match the markers underneath, so they'll look pretty. So for now, once I've got that approximately in place, I go to my waypoints and I just turn those off so I get a nice pretty display. Hopefully eventually you won't have to do that. You've got other ways of doing your line. I can actually say over here, I can just click the started boat, and where my bow is where the boat gets moved to. I can say I want the line shorter from the starboard end, 10 meters, clicking here, shorten them up. I can shorten up from the port end. I can say, the port end rotation it back a little bit. I'll push it forward. I can rotate it back the port end. I can, you get the idea. And so this widget down here, or when it becomes a widget, it'll have the line bias and the line length, and if you put it near the Freeboard display, you'll be able to adjust your line pretty well. And you can see here currently where distance to line is minus 44, so we're OCS if it's negative. The idea when this is a widget is that when the countdown timer comes to 0, if you're OCS, it'll freeze that on that page and show you your OCS. If you are not OCS when you get to 0, it'll configure to switch to the dashboard that you like most while racing, so you can get rid of all the start stuff. So that line's fine. The distance to line at the moment is perpendicular distance to the line, but if there's a 45-degree cone out from either end. If you're in there, it's just the distance to get you back to that 45 and then across. And eventually I'll do time to lines and stuff, but I have to work out those calculations. Now I'm really happy with my latest addition is the start timer. It can work just as a normal start timer. I put down here start and hits cam down. Note that they're both going together. It's a server-side start timer, so you have multiple screens. They'll all see the same start time. I can of course subtract time to it or add time to it as per normal. I have a sync button which takes it to the nearest minute. So all pretty standard stuff. But what I can also do, if I reset, let's say I know that I have a start at 11 o'clock today because it's a big race and I'm getting ready a couple of hours early. My keyboard's a bit jammed up. So I can say 11:05 is my start time, and I can say start at. So now that's telling me I have 2 hours and 47 seconds to my start time. So I can have a nice big display saying I've got plenty of time to prepare. This is also good for pursuit races. So you can put in your actual start time in a pursuit race, and it'll just count you down all the way in. You don't have to do a 5-minute sync or anything. Of course, you can still adjust this if I got it wrong. Someone reads the sailing instructions and says, oh no, the 11:05 was our warning, not our actual start time, then you can just increment it up. So, oh look, it's actually 11:10. Oh, I lost a second. That's interesting. Yeah, this is all early software, so that's interesting. So for instance, if I go, can I just edit this back to, and then say start it? I can, there you go. So, yeah, some little niggles to get out. But anyway, that's the idea, a nice adaptable start line. It's easy to set either from waypoints if you know the start line in advance. We have a fixed line at our club for our twilights and things, or you can ping it from the boat, starboard end, or adjust it. I guess eventually we can type in lat long. Tying it to the waypoints means that it's persistent, so anything restarts, you don't lose your start line. The timer is also server side. Currently it's not persistent, although let's see, I haven't tried this. You should be able to reload the kit. And oops. And oh, I didn't save the configuration of the start line. Let me just quickly do this. That's interesting. Go back to here and say the path is time, and I want to have time to start, visit seconds, display, time to start, save, and yes, it's still got it. So if you restart your display, you don't lose your timer. If you restart the server at the moment, you'll lose the timer, although there's nothing stopping me saving the fixed time a little bit more persistently. I'll think about that. Anyway, that's the current state. It's kind of usable. I used it on a race on Sunday, but it's it's obviously got some little tweaks that are needed, and this definitely needs to be turned into a beautiful KIP widget. Help with that would be very much appreciated. Any ideas or feedback, most welcome. I'll catch you later. Now, how do I stop recording? Over here. Catch you later.